So as you can see from the title, I broke my low buy and I want to talk about it. So first, I think it's important to kind of discuss why I set a low buy, because everyone's reasons are different, and want to give a reason for why I might have been more gravitated to purchasing products, as well as my rules that I was setting to kind of slow down my consumption. So over the past few years, I've noticed that my consumption habits, specifically with beauty products like makeup, skincare, hair care, has accelerated drastically. And this year I really wanted to focus just on reducing how many products I'm bringing into my collection, and really just focus on using products that I love, or finding out which ones I don't really care for and making sure I don't make that mistake again. So this wasn't a strict no buy, but there definitely were certain product categories where I did have a no buy, and I definitely broke some of those, or even purchased before my criteria was met. And what really influenced my decision to do a low buy this year was comparing the numbers from 2024. So 2024 was the first year that I tracked how many products I was purchasing as well as finishing, and breaking it down by category. And I was very, very alarmed by those numbers. For example, in January of 2024, I purchased 27 products. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, on the flip side, I also finished about 17 products in January, but still, that isn't consistent, and I would say a majority of those products were already very near to finishing. They were products I didn't like, so I was finishing them up to make room and just get rid of things that I don't like. I have a problem with not wanting to throw things away, but if I don't like it, if I'm not getting joy out of it, why am I still forcing myself to use it? So this year, I really am just focusing on figuring out what I like. If I like it, using it. If I don't, giving it a chance and trying to figure out how to use those products. I did do a video based on that, the products that I absolutely hate in my collection, and I was actually able to find a way to make most of them work. But this year is more about setting specific goals and making sure that those criteria are met before making purchases. So what led me to breaking my low buy? If you live in the US or look at the world news and the current show of what is going on, I think that that has been a very large proponent of me breaking my consumption rules, mainly because I am just so stressed and kind of overworked at the moment and just needed an outlet. And for me, that is purchasing beauty products. That might not be the same for everybody. I also love to purchase books and knitting supplies, you know, my various hobbies. And I don't think, because we're probably going to go into a depression, I don't think that you should just absolutely resolve not buying anything that brings you joy. Like, I definitely have changed my consumption, but then occasionally I have been buying things that bring me joy because it's kind of what I need in this moment. The administration is directly impacting my life, job, relationships, all kinds of different aspects, and it's very, very frightening being a minority in the US at the moment. Like, I don't plan to travel there. It is just making very large life decisions for me that go against all my morals and values. It has been leading to me being kind of depressed and just very emotional about this whole process. I feel that that is probably a large factor of me breaking my low buy. A more lightweight factor that has influenced my decision to make some purchases recently is that so many of my favorite YouTubers are raving about these newer products, or even just products that I've kind of had on a wish list for a while. So I feel like part of this has led me to kind of browsing Sephora and Ulta websites a little bit more frequently than I would like. You know, if it's on sale or if I have a coupon that I can use, it definitely is a factor of me being more likely to purchase something. I would say this one is a bit conflicting because I want to support these creators, and also getting influenced by their recommendations isn't really aligning with the things that I've set up for this year. So I think I need to just be more mindful of that, and I can enjoy what they're creating, put something on a wish list if I want, or just try and watch it for entertainment value rather than, oh my gosh, this person is raving about this blush, I need this blush now. And then I would say the third factor is that my boyfriend has so generously offered to take me on a few Ulta trips, and I don't think I've said no to any of them. I think the last one I kind of like tried to, and then I cracked under pressure and was just like, yeah, let's just go. I do actually need like a hair product. I did end up getting some things that I actually did need for my collection, but I would say majority were just wants, though I did try to be a bit mindful of not trying to get something too similar to what I already have and actually serving a new purpose in my collection. So I feel like these three factors all kind of take the blame off of me, which is not what I'm trying to do. I'm kind of just reflecting at this moment because these all tie back to me again of not regulating my emotions correctly and letting it lead to a shopping spree or using shopping to fix my emotions, which is never a good thing. Being influenced by others, which like I guess there's two factors to that of like watching the influencers and then actually getting influenced by it. I think that's more like lower on the spectrum of these three, and like usually I am pretty good about just putting something on a wish list and then moving on and just watching videos for entertainment, but I don't know, I think kind of like the mixture of the three has led to this being more influential in my life. And then with my boyfriend offering, I think I just need to be more firm and say no and only go if I actually need specific things, and just practicing that mindfulness of if I'm only there for one product that I actually need, getting that and leaving. Like, it is okay to leave. One thing though out of these trips is that I've been more open to swatching things. I usually never swatch, but when he's there for some reason I feel a little more comfortable swatching products on the back of my hand, realizing that, oh my god, this bronzer shade would look atrocious on me because it's so orange, things like that. So I have been able to curve some products and actually take some things off my wish list. But again, all of these do reflect back onto me and just a lack of self-regulation. So I know I slightly touched on this, but I do want to go a little more into how this is making me feel. And overall, I would say a little like disappointed in myself. Again, this wasn't like a strict no buy, but there were definitely some categories knowing in the back of my head like, hey Lexi, you can't buy this product yet, and still purchasing it. So I think that's something that I want to tackle today. I will say though, I don't regret any of these products that I've brought in. I've loved all of them thus far and have gotten true enjoyment from them, so I'm very happy about that. And I do think that's because of having that better intention when I do shop of, is this actually any different from what I currently have? Does this serve a purpose in my life? Those kinds of thoughts while browsing has definitely targeted and made my shopping more refined to things, like I said, that I think would actually work for me. I will say I'm quite happy that January I didn't buy a single thing, like any replacement or something that was actually a necessity, and I'm very happy about that because I mean, comparing it to last year, 27 to 0, wow. I'm very happy that I didn't make a single purchase. First week of February, I had a couple of things that I had just run out of, but I did really make sure to actually finish the product and then buy something rather than having that backup ready to go. So I would say I am a bit more like neutral overall about the situation, but there definitely is room for improvement. And while I do think that some of my goals were set off, there's still plenty of time left in the year to correct these, and I'm just going to walk you through that. So what did I buy? What influenced me to break my low buy, to break my rules that I had set? So early February, I did purchase a face moisturizer. I bought the Beauty of Joseon Red Bean Moisturizer, and this one was a necessity for me. So I did have an AM moisturizer already. I have kind of a surplus of PM ones, but they're just too rich, too hydrating for mornings for my skin. I had one and it was La Roche-Posay. I don't know, it just stopped working for my AM routine, and it was kind of a gradual shift. My skin has been much more dry, a little bit flakier, and I thought that this would be a good product, but for some reason it was not clicking, not vibing with my skin type, and I just needed something else. I did finish that moisturizer. I made sure to do that, and I purchased this one, and it is like a water gel moisturizer. I've used water gel types in the past, not specifically this one, but I do really enjoy it. My first product that was kind of a splurge and probably like the start of the ball rolling on these somewhat bad decisions was the Fui Blurring Pot, and I did not need this. I do have a rule for lip products. It's 2 out, 1 in. I was only at 1, so it's not horrible, but this definitely led to, like I said, that ball rolling and accumulating and getting bigger and bigger, especially in the lip product department. So I definitely was tempted to buy this and influenced from videos, and yeah, I really like it. It's really fun. It's unique, especially to my collection, but at the same time, I did not need this, and that's just something I need to be a bit more mindful in the future. Okay, 2 products that kind of were necessities for me. One was acetone. I was completely out. I do my nails quite frequently, so it isn't technically a necessity, but with how often I do my nails, I like to have them always done, and I do them myself, so in that sense, it was a necessity. And then the second nail product was nail glue. I like to do gel nails, like gel X, but I have had an occasional like pop off where one is and I'm not ready to do the rest. So this kind of seemed like something that I was kind of lacking. So then I had a lot of Sephora points stacked up, as well as a coupon, and some things that I was interested were also on sale. And this led to the very bad decisions of buying products that serve really no need, as well as breaking my preset rules. So one product in my Sephora purchase was the Freck pen or Freckle pen, and I have been dying to use this for years, and I finally got my hands on it, and I'm not the best at it. It's definitely a learning process. I saw someone doing a video of the Billie Eyelash makeup, which I do plan to recreate myself, and I was like, I need this product, and I love it for that purpose, but it's definitely like a splurge item and not something I needed. Next part was buying the Huda Beauty Baby Plush Duo set, and yeah, I mean, these are super cute. I've swatched them once, and I haven't actually used them yet because this was a splurge, and I kind of thought to myself after how much blush I brought in that I need to at least finish one blush before I can use some of the newer products, because like that was kind of the whole point of this year's goals and like project planning, using what I have already before using my newer things. And I love my older products. It's not like it wasn't really filling a void or replacing something I don't like. It was just because I liked them too. So that's kind of just my, not punishment, but just what I'm doing right now to still make sure that I am finishing products at least and getting good use on them before playing with my new toys. And I think this is the product that kind of led to this somewhat medium-sized Sephora purchase, because this was a necessity. And I got the Kosas Brow Gel. I have kind of been on the fence and like back and forth if I want to purchase brow products, and I have one clear one right now, and I mean it does the job, but I do have like some sparse areas that kind of frustrate me. And I was trying to use eyeshadow for about 2 to 3 weeks, trying various colors within my eyeshadow collection, and none were really doing it. So this did kind of seem like a purchase for me, and this is where I kind of bought quite a few products in that order. And then I believe the remaining products were things that my boyfriend bought me on those Ulta trips. So this one was also a necessity, the Hemp's mini hand lotion. I go through hand lotions so quickly, and I only have one like little mini one, but I just started going back to work recently, and I was like, oh, I need one for work because my hands are so dry. I wash my hands a lot, so this was definitely a necessity for me. And then this one he decided to get me was the Sol de Janeiro mini boom boom cream. I love this stuff. I personally don't buy it because it's expensive, but he has for like Christmas or my birthday splurged and got this for me, and he was like, oh, the bum bum cream, and put it in our basket. I definitely don't need any more body lotions, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. And then this was also a large proponent of some very bad decisions on my part, and I bought some foundations. I said foundations, not just one, not just two, but 3. And if you know, I'm trying to finish 3 foundations, and then I had only set a rule that I could buy 1 foundation this year. So I'm gonna talk about that later as well. But the ones that I got the Charlotte Tilbury foundation stick. This one's like a very glowy one. I have the liquid, the e.l.f. Yellow Glow filter. and that one's a liquid one, and it's a bit too dark for me. And I do think that they're quite different. They're not very similar in my opinion. Why I bought it, I don't know. I don't necessarily have anything like it in my collection, but I did not need this. Another foundation I bought was the Maybelline Base Stick. Again, I don't need this. I'm not sure why I bought it. I think I saw like Jen Phelps reviewing them and it seemed right up my alley. I've been super interested in foundation sticks lately, as well as skin tints, which seem to be all the rage. And yeah, I definitely just fell for it while shopping, and I was like, it's Maybelline, it's like $6, why not? So and then the third foundation I got was the Essence Powder Foundation. This one isn't a new product, but I have been wanting to try this for a while, and it's pretty nice, though I do use it more as a setting powder. And yeah, I didn't need this, so why was I looking at foundations? This next one wasn't necessarily a necessity, but it did fill a void in my collection per se, and this is the Milani Matte Powder Bronzer. So I have one cream bronzer, I believe, and one powder bronzer, but it's the Tarte one, so it's very glowy and not up my alley, but this one is matte, and I don't really have anything like that. I'm not, like, I don't think I set any rules for bronzers. I think it was a max of 3, which I do not see myself even reaching, so it's not like a huge issue, but there was really no need. And then the remainder of my blush haul. So I did get another e.l.f. blush, the Camel blush in this very beautiful lilac color. It is so unique to every other blush that I have. I actually haven't swatched this one yet, though it is super beautiful. I'm really close to finishing my other e.l.f. Camel one. So like I said, once I finish at least one blush, I can let loose and play with my new blushes that I've gotten. I need to have a little sense of self-control, and this is how I'm enacting it. I did get another e.l.f. blush, and this is in Tahiti. This is a gorgeous shade. Again, like very unique to my collection and definitely up my alley of the type of color and pigment that I like. I swatched this once and it's so pretty, and I really want to play with it and use it, but alas, I need to wait a little bit. This is the About Face blush. And again, it's a very unique color, very different from everything else in my collection. This is actually another product that my boyfriend picked out, and I mean, the packaging is stunning. It's very nice and matte, and then the product is really fun. It is a balm to powder finish, and again, just very unique, and I really love this product. And then the lip products. So I did get that free one myself, and then I got 2 Essence ones. One is the Essence Classy Balm, and I have a ton of lip balms, so I don't know why I got this, but it's actually really nice. I really enjoy that one and would recommend it. Then I got the Essence Metallic Lip Gloss, and I kind of fell for this trend of these metallic and, you know, just very glittery shades coming back, and I mean, it's fun. It's really fun to play with, but I definitely fell for this trend. And then I got the Essence Lip Plumper. I have other lip plumpers. I don't know why I specifically got this one. I think because it's kind of clear, but yeah, I did not need this. And then my boyfriend also picked out the Bobbi Brown primer, which is very interesting because it's been on my wish list for quite a while. Also a really nice product. I don't need it. I have plenty of moisturizers and primers, but this one, it's nice. I did buy these face towels. I ran out and I used these. So this was a necessity. And then I did get a curl cream, and this is the only one where it's a necessity, as in the sense that I am about to finish mine, but I definitely have plenty to last for a few more weeks. And I purchased this one and I've been trying it and I prefer it to my other one. So it's kind of been a dilemma of me using the newer product versus the old one. And the old one, I mean, it works. It's not my favorite, but this definitely was a necessity in the long run. Okay, so in the past 3 months, I've purchased 22 products. I mean, I'd say most of these were not needs and they were mostly wants. But I am happy to see a very stark difference between this year versus last year. So like I said, this year I bought 22 compared to last year, where in the first quarter I still don't think 20 products in 3 months is a whole lot, but for a low buy, it might be a lot, and definitely can get that number down for the remainder of the year. So now that I've told you what I bought, let's talk about how this affects my goals that I set in the beginning of the year. So skincare, body care, not really anything out of whack here. It was mostly replacement only. And I would say I've been going through skincare like crazy. This is kind of the first time where my skincare drawer is actually diminished and it's not completely full, which is just crazy to me that like that's odd for me. But I definitely am getting down to products that I know and love, my skin loves, and not really testing skincare products anymore, which I'm really happy about because I do think a simpler routine is a better routine. Though I definitely shouldn't have gotten more body lotion. That is kind of the only category in skincare that I have quite a nice stock of and I don't need more of. Hair care, this was replacement only really. Again, didn't really do anything. I got one product and that was a need, so we're all good. Eyebrow products, this was also kind of a replacement only. While I wasn't replacing anything with what I bought, I had previously finished quite a few brow gels, so I'm not disappointed, and it was only just one product. Okay, so for primers, I had set a goal, I think, of buying 1 to 2 as a max for the year because I do have a decent amount of primers. And this one was supposed to be kind of a replacement only, so if I finish like a tacky primer, then I could buy one. Or if it was more of a blurring primer, then I could buy one. I didn't finish any yet. I am quite close to some, but the one I got doesn't really replace any of those. So I think I just need to be more mindful of that in the future. I have like any kind of primer that I would need, so just use what I have. Okay, foundation. This is the start of my problem. And like I said earlier, I bought 3 when... Okay, so looking back, I did set a rule that I could buy a max of 2, but the goal really was 1. And even with the max, I passed that. I did not follow this rule. And I don't know why I've been so tempted by foundation. Like, that has to be the most boring makeup category, but for some reason, I am very tempted by trying different foundations and like even powders. So I do think I can finish 3 this year, but with the 3 in, I'm right back at the same spot that I was in the beginning of the year. And I think I'm at like 16 foundations now. There is no way in hell anyone needs 16 foundations, especially with like having a YouTube channel, especially a YouTube channel of my size that I have. I do not need that many foundations. I had like 11, I would say, before I started my YouTube channel. This is so unnecessary and I really need to reel it in with this. So I am cutting myself off for the rest of the year. I'm not allowed to buy any other foundations. And I really needed to follow this rule and be strict with myself. Foundations aren't going anywhere. Like, and even if there is one where it's discontinued and if they're selling it out, there's a huge sale. If I've never tried it, like, well, 1, I don't need any. I have so many. I'm sure I can replicate that type of formula. But 2, if it's a product I've never tried, why do I need to try it now? What if I fall in love with it and it's discontinued? You know, so really just holding myself to this. And yeah, that definitely is a category where I'm not allowed to buy for the rest of the year. I could maybe finish 4 foundations this year, but that seems kind of impossible. And I originally had 2 on my list, but I do think I can make it 3. But I don't know if it can be 4. If it were 4, it'd maybe be like a powder one. Okay, bronzer, contour category. I'm still good in this category. I set a goal of finishing 2 and allowing myself to buy 2 this year. I still think I'm gonna finish the 2 that I had intended, and I can buy 1 more if I want. But this isn't necessarily like a huge category where I'm like, oh my god, give me the newest bronzer. Okay, blush. You guys, why is it so hard that I set these really hard set rules and they're the first ones that I break? And this one, I set a rule. Okay, for this one, I think I set a rule that I could buy 3. I bought 4. So 2 are minis, so I guess it's more like 3. So I didn't technically go past, but we're in quarter 1 and I've already reached the max number for this. I don't know, I haven't finished any blushes yet. I think unless I can make like huge progress, I shouldn't be allowed to buy any blushes. I think my goal to finish is like 5 blushes this year. And if I can do more than that, then maybe I will allow myself to buy a blush, but I think I need to just calm down. And this is another category where I need to say no more blushes. So like, I don't know if you can like visibly see that. That makes me kind of sad because I love blush. Blush is one of my most favorite categories. I don't know why, because a lot of blush colors kind of look the same and they fade, but I don't know why. It's so pretty. I love the packaging and just the different colors, but I need to be very firm with myself because I have so many blushes. Next up is mascara, and I didn't buy any, and Honestly, I don't really see myself buying any this year. I've gotten a lot of like little mini ones for Christmas, or even just like little kits I bought for myself. So I don't think I have really any need to purchase mascara this year. And then eyeshadow, I set a goal, a max of 2 palettes or singles, this all together. And I haven't bought any. And honestly, I've been tempted a couple of times. It's really made me think actually, because I'm like, okay, I can only buy 2. Is this actually something that I'm going to wear? Especially with eyeshadow. For example, the one that I was really tempted by was the Lethal Cosmetics Texture palette. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. I love the packaging. It's really unique. And I don't really wear super vibrant colors, especially red. I rarely wear red, especially on my eyes. I was kind of just like, oh, like if it's the end of the year, maybe I'll buy it. For Black Friday, maybe I'll buy it. But then I've just been thinking more and more, and after a while, that kind of temptation just kind of went away. At first, I think it was the price. It's like $50, maybe $60 for a brand I've never tried for only like 12 shades, as well as colors I don't really wear. So that's kind of like a triple whammy of why I shouldn't purchase it. I can enjoy a product for what it is without having it myself. Something I need to tell myself for some of these other categories. With eyeshadow, especially with my eyeshadow roulette now, seeing how much I'm struggling to use some very vibrant colors or even just colorful colors that aren't super vibrant, it's been difficult. So why would I bring in more stuff that I know that's not going to get used? And that's been a really great mindset, especially knowing that if I buy this, I can only buy one more eyeshadow and it's only Q1, so do I really want to waste that? No, not really. Okay, for lip products, yeah, this one, last year I was pretty good at following this rule for most of it of the 2 out, 1 in, and I definitely need to make up for this. So honestly can't think of how many lip products I finished so far. I think it's 2, and I'm definitely really close to a few more. So I think I just waited out until I've finished the amount based on how many I've bought, and I should be fine. But again, this is just something I need to be a little bit more mindful of and be stricter when I'm shopping. I can't buy lip products right now. Concealer, I did not purchase any of these. I have set a max of 3 in this year, which I don't think would happen. I'm pretty close to 2 being done, so I might purchase 1, but it's gonna be quite a few months, I think, before that even happens, and I still have others that I like. And then setting powder, also a max of 3 that I can purchase this year, but I have a rule that I need to finish at least 1 before I buy, and I'm not really close to any. There are definitely quite a few on my wish list. So we'll see, but I'm doing good so far. Setting spray, this one's not really a problem for me, and I like what I have so far, though I am almost done with one of them, and I use setting spray pretty frequently, so I'm just trying to finish what I have and then maybe I'll purchase some. And then nail polish, I've been doing good. I bought 1 gel polish, and it's just really a color that I don't have in gel or regular nail polish. I have an insane amount of regular nail polish, so I've been trying to work through that every year, just a few that I can finish, and I haven't finished any yet, but I think I'm gonna make some good progress, hopefully. Maybe not as much as I had intended in the beginning of the year, but progress nonetheless. And then the last category is fragrance, which I haven't bought any. I did set a rule that I'm allowed to buy 1 to 2 full size, and I foresee that kind of happening like around Black Friday or the holidays, because I want to get a major discount on a fragrance because the prices are not welcoming at all. I also have plenty of samples and quite a lot of fragrance, so I think I'm really good. Like, that's the nice thing about having a lot of samples or like minis, is that if I get tired of one, I can just go and pick out a new one and like we're good. Okay, so I've made some mistakes and I kind of went over how that affects my goals. So let's talk about how I'm going to correct this and make sure this doesn't happen again for the rest of the year. So number 1, I'm going to make a list on my phone of products that I am not allowed to buy. So like those categories I was saying, foundation, blush, lip products, those are no-nos for quite a while. At least the first 2, I'm probably cutting myself off for the rest of the year in purchasing those. And then lip products, that's just for now. Number 2, I am going to talk to my boyfriend and say like, hey, I appreciate the Ulta trips, but I cannot be purchasing like this, because it's not really like the financial reason of why I'm doing a low buy, but more so just wanting to refine what I have and having some sense of self-control over my purchasing. And while it's super sweet that he's always offering this, there are just certain things that I don't need right now. And then number 3, I'm going to focus on the products I love. My project planning has been going great, and I'm thinking of maybe implementing like a project 10 uses, just so that I can at least test out some of my newer products, as well as making sure I'm getting use on other stuff. And I do feel like my one project now, it has really high goals, so maybe one where things are really quick, I could definitely finish that every month and really just rotate through products a lot quicker. So overall, I don't think I made any huge setbacks, but there definitely are some categories that need to be on watch because girl, what have I been doing? But I am super happy that I sat down and just reflected on this, because it's kind of been tearing at me a little of, I do project planning and I need to practice what I preach. Like, I don't think I've been over consuming in that sense, especially compared to last year or previous years. I do want to slow it down even more and really just follow the rules that I set in the beginning of the year, because those rules were based on how many products I was able to finish in 2024. So as the years continue, I will get a better sense of how many products I can actually finish in each category, and it will be just more refined. But I want to make sure that my consumption falls within that, and I think these kind of sit downs of reflecting on that is always going to be good for me. So I think I will do another update in 3-4 months, we'll see, and just give you again, like, have I followed these rules? Have I made any major setbacks? We'll see, let's hope not. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would check out my other project plan videos. I do monthly updates, and I am probably going to implement some more smaller projects. So if you have any ideas about that, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!